Okay, we're starting. Luke, you got an intro.
Oh,
you?
what?
Uh,
Go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Yep.
Um,
Oh my
Keep
god.
going. Keep going.
we
I believe in you.
are here today to talk about a movie called The Wild Robot.
What is this podcast, Luke?
Tonight's watch.
Oh my god.
What are you doing on this shit?
We talk about movies, kinda. We talk about movies, but not said movie that we say we're going to talk about for
That's
the first
accurate.
2 hours.
Yep.
And then we talk about said movie for a solid 45 minutes.
Yeah. That's
and then
about
we
it.
leave.
Mm-hmm. That's a good intro. So
No notes.
we do about an hour and a half of catch up, which should be shorter now that three of us live together and pretty much watch the same stuff.
That's true.
But then we talk about a movie. That's it.
Yes.
Let's start with Matt. Well, what'd you do this week?
With
or it's
me,
how many? 2 weeks worth? Because we haven't podcasted in 2 weeks.
yeah, it's not as much as you would think. I haven't had a ton of time, as much as I used to, to do stuff. But let's see. I watched a little movie called The Wild Robot.
Yeah.
And then Katie and I watched Spider-Man 3, cinematic masterpiece.
Yes.
Of course.
And it was beautiful. And
Yep.
then I showed Katie E.T. She had never seen it.
Nice.
And we both
one.
cried when E.T. had to go home. It's a beautiful movie, and Henry Thomas is amazing.
Yeah. I know.
I
You
like
searched Psycho
insane.
4.
Yeah. He just absolutely batshit crazy. It was so fun when you know that scene in E.T. where he lets the frogs out. I know that Katie was gonna be so sad. I looked over at her when they were putting the frogs to kill them, and I was like, because I was like, duh, just wait,
Don't
because she was
worry.
like about to be actually upset.
Did it make you
And
think
then when
of
Elliot-
the Ned's Declassified episode? When they released
How
the
could I not?
frogs?
What's the movie we watched with Frog Fight?
Wasn't that
Oh, Teen Wolf
Teen
2.
Wolf 2? Yeah.
In Wolf 2. Yeah.
Was- In that episode of Ned's, wasn't his name Froggy?
I can't remember. I just remember
Anyway.
them getting hit. The frog supposedly getting run over by a bus, but then it was the
But it was spinach.
yeah.
Oh yes, yes.
And I
yes,
remember when they released him, it was that song that would always play. Where it was like "Home Free."
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
That's a good
was
show.
probably only like a second of it. And there's like 4 different times.
Okay. For TV, it's mostly just been Katie and I watching Drag Race and Sunny.
Nice.
As I suspected, season 5 has been my favorite thus far into this rewatch. Season 5's got some all-time
Yes.
episodes.
Yes, it
It's
does.
crazy. And it starts a bunch of the running gags that go on like indefinitely.
Yeah.
We saw the toe knife for the first time, and then Ben
Oh.
the soldier showed up, and I was like,
Nice.
"Oh, Ben the soldier." Used to the show.
You're cutting out a little bit now.
Am I back?
Kind of.
Kind of.
If it continues to be bad, you can turn off your camera at least. Because that might
Okay. I'll just turn off my camera preemptively. How about that?
help. Okay.
Okay.
We're gone.
Let's see if this is better. Anyway, yeah, Sunny's been really good. Drag Race is always good. And I watched One Breath, the episode of X-Files.
Yes. That's a
And-
great
Oh
one.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like that one. Yes.
I was so exhausted. This was at the time where I was like really overwhelmed with like new job stuff. And then
Yes.
I watched that episode, fell asleep on the couch, woke
Nice.
up. You know how you wake up and you're like, ugh. And that's when I was like, who did Mulder remind me of? And then it was like, it's Monica from Friends. And like that's when I had this
Yeah.
epiphany.
A clarity, moment of clarity.
Yeah, it's a moment of clarity. I had to pause the episode, go get Katie, and be like, "Oh my god, you have to see the way he's dressed. It's amazing."
That's funny.
It was the long sleeve black shirt tucked into jeans with no belt,
Yes.
and they were specifically
Yes.
90s
Oh,
jeans,
yes, 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 yes,
Like,
yes.
That's good.
and the smallest watch you've ever seen.
Yes.
You know, I was like, oh yeah. Um, haven't been able to watch much else. I finished reading The Gunslinger,
Nice.
Mhm.
and I'm 3/4 of the way through Drawing of the Three.
Oh.
That book goes so fast.
Yes,
I'm liking
comparatively.
it. Yeah, I'm liking it a lot more than I
Yeah.
liked The Gunslinger, which is I remember what you said, Mark, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm much more into this.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's a little longer, but it like the pacing of the two is like
Yeah.
slow, and then it's like super fast for
fast.
Drawing of the
Yeah.
Three.
The Drawing of the Three goes. I think I read it in like 24 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very quick.
It's super fast. Yes.
Yeah, I think in 24 hours I had gotten like halfway, and I was like, dang, when's the last
Yeah.
time I read that quick?
Yeah, it feels like
Um,
two different authors between the two books, to be honest.
It really does. What else? Oh, I'm like half an hour away from the end of the East of Eden audiobook.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like so close. It's been very good. I still hold to the fact that I think this is a story that Luke would really enjoy.
Yes. Okay.
These plot points
Good
keep happening, and I'm like, I think Luke would like that.
Good to know. Good to know. Yes.
And then I have downloaded Faithful Place to be my next audiobook.
Nice.
Ooh, I think you like that one. I think you like that one. a lot.
good. I think that might be it for me. Popcorn to Kelly.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
I don't know what I talked
I'll tell
about
you.
last. Tell me.
Actually, I
Okay.
don't know what you talked about last, but I'll tell
Hey,
you. the
I
movies.
saw Nosferatu for the third time in
Oh.
theaters. Did I tell you guys
I
that?
don't think so.
I don't think so.
You told me.
It's
yes.
been that long.
Yeah.
I saw Nosferatu for the third time. Really good. I watched a movie called Vamp with Grace
Oh,
Jones
yeah.
in it. And that movie's really fun because every shot that Grace Jones in is like majestic and I'm having trouble.
Ethereal.
Yeah, that's the good word for it. And then the rest of the movie is like trash garbage, which I love. And it shares a lot of odd similarities to Night of the Creeps, and they came out the same year, which is interesting. Okay. Yes.
In one of the episodes of Drag Race we watched, someone dressed in a way, and Rue said it's giving Grace Jones and Vamp, so that's very funny. I'm like,
Specifically in Vamp, yeah.
yeah, and it was like that was like the intention. So it's like, oh yeah, I know what that is because of
That's
Drag Race.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Night of the Creeps is better. I'll say that. Night of the Creeps has a crazy opening scene. And then I can't recall what I have seen past that since moving in, so you guys, it probably
Okay,
wasn't
you
good to
have
popcorn
watched-
on me.
Kelly, you're gonna. I'll tell you the movies, and then this will just be my movies as well, and then you'll explain. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes. Well, oh no. My last night in
Oh.
in you know.
There's a popular
Um,
song about it. You know, it's not a secret.
Oh, by Matt Farley.
Yes.
He wasn't lying about the public library.
No.
Maya and I watched Sonic 3 in theaters, and I have never been more into a movie or on the edge of my seat
Mhm.
in a theater than I have watching Sonic 3.
Yep.
It was incredible. Matt,
Yeah.
as soon as possible,
You gotta run to the
you
theater.
need to watch the Sonics. I love Sonic 3. I think no less than 10 times did both Maya and I go, I think this is my favorite movie of all time. I think this is one of my favorite movies of all time. Not a second was wasted in that
Nope.
movie.
Perfect pacing, honestly.
And
I
then the
agree.
first thing that we watched to christen the new house, movie wise, was the first two Sonics. Both incredible. The picture that Luke sent in the group chat of Sonic like doing the thumbs up, that's my favorite shot of everything that has to do with Sonic. It is so funny. I
What
love
movie is
Sonic.
that?
That's the
That's
first
The
number
one.
first one.
Okay.
I love Sonic. Sonic is awesome. I love
He is.
Sonic. Oh, and we watched Knuckles. Which
Oh.
Yes.
that they
They
that was a
cooked.
story that needed to be told.
They actually
yes.
cooked.
That's what you
They
call
cooked.
cooking. You also watched. Well, actually, no.
Wait,
explain
I'm
that.
not done.
Okay, sorry.
Knuckles was incredible. Everyone needs to go watch Knuckles.
Matt,
Even
it
if
is,
you haven't.
it is
Go ahead,
very
Mark.
specifically like our type of humor, and it's not even us
Okay.
like memeing on it of like you gotta watch Knuckles.
No,
like it's legitimately
serious.
a
I love
show that
Knuckles.
is like meant
Okay.
for us. It's like it sounds like a joke when Luke and I were
Yeah.
it was at first when we didn't know anything about it. We watch and we're like, oh, this is like our humor. Like
Thank
that's
you
why it
for
has bad
letting-
ratings.
Yeah. Thank you for letting me know because I thought you guys were kind of just
No.
goofing.
No, it's legitimately hilarious.
love it.
Like, yeah, it's
Okay.
actually
I love
good.
It goes crazy. Sonic goes crazy. Okay, Luke and I watched the first Spider-Man.
Oh.
Yes.
We have yet to watch the second, so I've seen 3 and then 1.
In the correct order.
Great movie. Legitimately a really good movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's campy and fun, but also like comic booky and crazy, and it's good. But also, whoa,
No,
I can
well,
hear myself.
That was just the one time, I think.
Anyway, love Spider-Man. Luke, what else did I watch?
That was it.
Oh, okay.
And then
Nice.
you and me watched the first 2 episodes of Peep Show.
We've got
Yes,
Mark to start Peep Show.
Do it. I sometimes I just come across a thumbnail on YouTube and I just laugh at the thumbnail of Mark Corrigan. Where he's like,
Yes. It was his
and
eyes.
just the title of the video is just, "You can't order 4 naan. That's insane." And I don't know why that makes me laugh a lot.
Yeah, it's very fun watching from the beginning because it's like you get to restart the game of who's the worst person per episode. And
They start off strong. There's some there's some lines in that first one that I still remember.
Mark Corrigan is definitely the worst person at the beginning of the show, I would say.
Yeah.
In the second
Jez
episode, for
kinda
sure.
just,
The first and second episode, I would say, because, well, Jez
Yes.
is just as awful as you would think he is. He's
Wait, you
mostly
can-
just dumb. He's mostly just childish and
Yeah.
dumb, where Mark's got some problems already.
where it's like,
Mark's
yeah,
he's stalking,
Jez is like, you're like, oh, okay, you're just a little stupid. It's okay. And then Mark's like, oh no, like you could be a dictator if you ever got power. Let's not
He
give
won't
it.
stop talking about
He won't stop with the Roman
Stalingrad.
Empire.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Stalingrad.
that, but it's also
Stalingrad
just like
right now, yeah.
his decision making when you hear his thought process of
It's
like
so
when he
funny.
draws the swastika in the heart.
In the
Like,
heart.
what the fuck are you?
But
And
it blew
it worked.
over right
It was
away.
fine. Yeah, that was fine. Ended up being fine.
These kids.
He was
These
thinking,
kids
what
don't know
would
a thing
Jez
about
do?
Stalin.
Yeah. That was in the first episode. These kids don't know a thing about
I think about
Stalingrad.
Stalingrad.
That's the line that still sticks with me. And it's like, that's episode 1.
Mark, you'll see it flips quite drastically in season 5, and then
Season
kind of goes
5.
back to normal.
By the
Oh
end
my
of the storm.
goodness.
Just his really worst outing is all of season 5, like in terms of a person.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it kind of flips back. So yeah, Peep Show. And then I think that's it. Can't think of
I
anything
think so.
else.
Yeah, I don't think we watched anything else.
Oh. Kelly, when Katie and I came over to Mom and Dad's, we watched the crossover episode of Abbott and Sonny.
We
Did-
did.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my
yes.
gosh, I forgot. Well, now that. Oh, who am I? Wait a second.
Well,
Who
Luke,
am I gonna watch that with? Just you, Kelly? Because I would watch
I mean,
it
we
with
could still
Kelly,
watch
Mom, and
it when
Dad.
we go down.
Yeah.
you don't need to wait though. I don't think Luke. I mean, Kelly watched the newest episode with us, with me and Trinity
Yeah.
when you were gone.
So I
Okay.
can watch it with you.
All right.
And you guys watched an episode of Severance.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta catch up on
And
Yes!
it's
Severance.
good.
We
It's
we
really
watched
good.
Severance.
It's really,
Oh.
really good.
Luke and I are already theorizing.
Oh, mom. God.
Yes, I still need to watch
Yes.
it.
Yes.
All right, popcorn, Kelly.
Oh
You're-
shit. All right, Luke.
I'm not gonna do movies because they're the same.
Sorry.
Because even Mark and I.
But do you have
saw
thoughts
Nosferatu.
on the ones that were discussed?
Thoughts were already
Are you
said
kidding?
last podcast.
Okay.
You know more about Knuckles?
We never talked about. Did we talk about Sonic 2 and 3 on the podcast, or just Sonic 1?
Oh, maybe we did.
Because we watched Sonic
I
1
mean-
and then Over the Top right after, and then we podcast the day after that.
Oh. Well, Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 are the greatest movies of all time.
Yep. Yes.
So is 1,
true.
and so is Knuckles. I mean, there's nothing really.
Nah,
more to
that's
be
true. You
said.
don't have nothing else to say.
I would rank them Knuckles, Sonic 3, Sonic 2, Sonic 1.
Yep. I would too.
As you can see,
Interesting.
Knuckles is number 1. Knuckles is the top.
Yep.
I want everybody to note that.
That's just accurate. The ratings are
yeah.
lies.
Don't eat those. What you doing?
Okay. And then, yeah. I think that those are my thoughts. Spider-Man 2002.
Yes.
I think I have seen that movie maybe 50 times.
Yeah, so many
Maybe
times. Yes.
Because of a child. And so many things would imprint in my mind. Like a Clockwork Orange, I said while watching.
Nice, nice.
There would
Say
be
that
like
while watching.
a sound, and I'd be like, oh, I remember
Oh my god!
that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the oil can in Wizard of Oz.
Yes,
Oh,
that
yeah.
Clockwork Orange thing. Yes. The pacing
That
of Spider-Man 1 is not wonderful. I will say.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Is it
But I
before the
love it.
final fight? Like it's like the 2/3
is
into the
that-
movie.
But it's also so Uncle Ben dies.
Yeah.
Then Green Goblin blows up the military,
Ah,
and then they
yes.
graduate.
Yep.
And
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
yes.
that was so
Yes, that
funny.
was
It
amazing.
happened within the span of like
But-
30 seconds. It was so good.
But I love it. But it's just like something that I was like, everybody talks about Spider-Man 3's pacing, and I was like, Spider-Man 1 was.
I don't think
was
any of them
better,
have good pacing,
but-
to be honest. I don't think the second one does either, Luke.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Willem
that's what
Dafoe
we
goes
like.
so
What
crazy
can
in
you
the
do?
first one,
Not
though.
not every movie can have the pacing of Sonic 3.
That's true.
Oh, true. Perfectly paced.
But I love Spider-Man. Those movies I really like. Although I don't care about a lot of the things that happen.
Yeah. But he has a cool suit. That's like the best suit.
He does have a cool
It
suit.
is my favorite Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
So I like that movie. But it is one of the movies I've seen the most in my life.
Yep.
I would act it out many times. And mom and dad still say "Go Web Go" because we would say that so
Oh,
many
yes.
times.
Because we were
Um,
hoping it would work. At least I was when I was a kid. I was hoping like if you said it, it would work.
something would come out of your
Yeah, I'm
voice.
like eventually it will happen.
Did it?
Thoughts on in this the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, he like flips over Flash and like punches his heart out basically.
hmm
Compare that with the Andrew Garfield throwing a football and bending the goalpost, and
There's
also
no
Sam
comparison.
dunking. But
The
how did
slam
this
dunk
student
was the equivalent.
not
They just
know?
added the football
Yeah.
goalpost for no reason.
especially with Andrew Garfield, it's like, oh yeah, that kid's.
Why would the
Spider-Man.
football not pop?
I don't know.
He threw
I
it so
don't
hard
know.
the football would pop. No.
The football is superhuman.
Yeah, apparently. That's crazy.
I think I have a ranking for Robert Eggers movies too.
Oh
I
boy.
think my ranking is Nosferatu 1, The Witch 2, The Lighthouse 3, The Northman 4.
That's
Mm.
Maya's ranking.
Wow.
But they haven't seen the Northman, but yet you have the same ranking as Maya. And Matt, you and me have the same ranking.
Yeah, it's very similar. We both have the same. All of us have the same first and last.
No?
It's just the ones. That,
Oh, mine's different.
oh
then.
wait, no, mine's the lighthouse one. You're
That's
right.
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, too.
Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Totally different.
Yeah.
I love Severance. I love Severance so much, guys. It was 3 years. It's been 3 years.
That is crazy.
Jesus.
And it was
That new
great.
episode was really good, guys.
It was
It's only one
gorgeous.
episode right now, right?
The
Yes.
next episode comes out today, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
Probably
keep falling
tonight at
behind.
like 10
Oof.
because it says the premiere is Friday. So is it like Friday Eastern?
Oh, maybe.
I don't
yeah.
know.
Probably 10 then.
No.
Okay. And then my books, I finished Girl in Snow by
Mhm.
Danya Kukafka, and I loved it. Very much loved it. I again recommend that book. I also read half of that in like a span of like 4 hours because it was just so good. And then I bought her new book called Notes on an Execution. I'm really excited. I just the way
Ooh,
she
good
writes,
title.
I can just sit and read for hours. But I don't want to explain everything about the book because maybe you'll read it. I don't know. Maybe you'll read it, Matt. Will you read it?
I'll probably read it.
Okay. Well, you should read it. And then now I'm reading Strangers on a Train by Patricia Highsmith,
Ooh.
and that is really good as well. I'm like 60 pages in, and it's very good. And I'm not gonna explain anything about that till I finish the book.
Like he hasn't already explained everything in the first 60 pages to me.
But
I
those
did ask.
are my things I have to talk about today.
Nice. Mark?
Okay.
Let me pull up the movies. Sorry, I thought I had it open.
Matt,
Good.
go ahead.
No, you.
Matt, did you know that there's a T-Rex song in Scott Pilgrim?
Really? Which one?
It's Teenage Dream. It's the one where he's moping about, the montage of him moping about.
Oh, That's
Yeah.
a T-Rex song?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's crazy. I had no idea. That's such an Edgar Wright thing. Edgar Wright
Yeah.
loves to find shit like that. Oh man.
I
That's
have a
fun.
new one of my favorite T-Rex songs.
Ooh. Okay. What album is it from?
It's the name of an album. So
Oh, never mind.
it's Dandy in the Underworld.
The Slider?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know much outside of like the first 3 albums, so I'd have to look into that.
Dandy in the Underworld was the last one that they released. It was only a few months before he died. Mark Bolan died.
Oh, damn. Okay.
But,
well,
good
yeah, I'll
album.
have to look into that.
You should. Are you ready, Mark?
Yeah. So after the podcast, it was the last one. Luke and I watched Sonic 2, which I had already seen. I saw it in theaters by myself when it came out because I watched
I
the
love Tails. I love
which-
Tails.
yes,
Tails.
Tails
Yes,
is
Tails.
great.
Tails.
Because I watched the first one when I was living with Jacob, just on a whim, because the second one was coming out, and then I just went to go see the second one, because might as well. And I liked them both then, but I love them now. Then we watched Knuckles for the first time that night. Luke and I watched Knuckles right after. Holy shit. Legitimately incredible. Made for people like us. Sometimes not really made for fans of Sonic.
Anybody.
I don't know. Maybe sometimes it was very niche and very specific to
Maybe it's
our
just
type
made
of
for people
humor.
who like Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski and like Wet Hot American Summer and stuff like that. Like I don't know what's going. It's like that vibe, which is perfect.
Oh, man.
It's so dumb. So that's number one. By like not by far because they're all great, but it is number one. Then we went to go see Sonic 3, which was incredible. It's my favorite of the movies. Perfectly
Yes.
paced. For me, it's the same as Luke's. It's Knuckles 3, 2, 1. I think 1 has better pacing than
can't even rank 'em.
2 because 2's
but-
insane,
Oh,
but what
yeah,
happens in 2 is so
It's
fucking
over
crazy.
2 hours long.
So much
There's
It's
happens
just
in
a
I
2.
solid
thought
40
about
minutes that
the
didn't need to
wedding.
be in that movie, but I love it so
There's
much.
so much
Yeah,
lore
yeah.
compared to the first one and 2. Like there's so much
much
happening.
more.
So I think 1 is a better paced movie than 2, but I think 3 is the perfectly paced movie.
Yes,
And
yes.
I like 2 more than 1 still, just because it gets crazier and it has Tails and Knuckles in it. So
We still need to rewatch 3
yes,
together.
yes, I thought
As
about
soon
that
as
today
possible.
actually. Okay, so after that we watched The Wild Robot. Luke,
I forgot to
Trini,
say I
and I
watched
did.
that. Robot.
Yeah.
I did watch it. I
Well,
swear.
everybody
Luke,
knows that we've seen the Wilder White.
It's not a given that
We
Kelly
don't-
There
will
were a
watch the
time where
podcast
you
movie.
kept asking me if I actually watched the movie.
That
Yeah.
is true. Actually, Teen Wolf 2 you never finished. Interstellar you never watched.
I've
She's
Never-
seen it.
I've seen
Interstellar?
those movies though, like through the culture.
After the Wild Robot, Luke and I went to go see Nosferatu. Out of his movies, I haven't finished The Northman, so I'll put that last. I'd probably say it's my favorite of his. That and The Lighthouse are really
Ooh.
close. However,
how
I would say I'm probably just. I really liked it, but I think I'm lower than it than everybody else. I don't think I like just with all Robert Eggers movies, to be honest. Like I like them, and
Yeah.
I think they're worth going to in theaters, and I enjoy watching them. But I'm not like this is my favorite movie of the year or anything crazy like that. I'm just like, oh, that was a creepy good movie. I think this
Yeah.
one made me just feel really creeped out the whole time, and it was legitimately scary. I feel like
Yes.
more so in the first half, which I actually liked, was like when he was at the
Aw.
castle. I was more scared.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I was so freaked out all the
Running
time.
around the castle's crazy.
Yeah. But it was a really good movie. I just with the way he directs his movies, I feel like sometimes I'm like a one and done. I think I'd watch Nosferatu again. Maybe The Lighthouse, but they just like they give me those vibes of
Would
like
you watch
I'm
The
good.
Witch
Like
again?
like Hereditary vibes of like I'm good. I watched it. It freaked me out. I've
watch
watched
The
The Witch.
Witch?
I liked The
Would you watch
Witch,
it
but it
again?
was probably, but that's more so because I don't remember it as much.
Yeah.
And I remember being a little slower. Even though it's shorter than the other two, I think. It was
It's slower but well paced.
gotcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a good movie. It was good to watch it in theaters for sure for me. Because I was really freaked out in the beginning, the whole time, but legit in the beginning, I was. Also, my brain was. Luke said it was the same as, like the same story beats as the original for the most part. To me, I watched half of the first one, I guess, because I only remember when he goes to the castle. So I thought the entire movie took place in the castle. It was in film class, and so I either fell asleep or walked out. And probably both. Yeah. Those chairs were so uncomfortable, Luke, in the one. I couldn't
Were
just
you
sit
in?
there.
Oh, never mind.
No,
Never mind.
it wasn't a big one. It was not a big one. It was a small one, but it was like wooden chair. It was awful.
Yes.
Watching
yes, I have
anything
been in those.
sucked in that, and it was like the screen was to the left and whatever. So to me, I was like, "Oh, this is all different." I didn't realize till the end that it was like that actually happens in the original. So I don't think I've seen the original, which actually
have
made
an
me very
important
surprised going into this one. So I actually liked that. Go ahead, Matt.
I have an important question for you and for everyone else, and a small, tiny spoiler for Nosferatu. What did everyone think of his mustache?
I'm good with it.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't
I
care.
like
I like it.
I think
I
that's
like
different.
it, I guess.
I could not believe that
I
it
don't really
was
care.
was
I think
it
it's funny. Bill?
Bill Skarsgård?
Bill
Yeah.
Skarsgård?
I couldn't.
No.
bel- I, f-
3 times I couldn't see it at all or
Well,
hear it.
right.
I forgot
And it's him.
until he was in Ellen's room, or not
Yeah.
Ellen's room, with Ellen in the other room.
When he was like, I'll give you 3 nights, except for
Mark-
this is
Yes,
the
that
first
one.
night, so really
Yes.
it's 2
I think,
nights.
I
I
forgot.
think that's the moment.
I just thought it was a different actor, and then I was like, "Oh my god!" Like out of nowhere, it never looked like him to me. Out of nowhere, I was like, "Holy shit!" Bill Skarsgård plays Nosferatu. It's like,
no,
and then I
everyone
looked for it, and I
made up
never
their
saw it. I was
roles
like,
in
"What
that
the
movie.
fuck?" He doesn't sound
Mark,
like him. He
that's-
doesn't look like him.
That's the same scene both times watching, where I was like, "Oh, yeah."
So
I
maybe
can
maybe
maybe see
maybe
Bill
something
Skarsgård under
does
there.
resemble it just in that scene, but like before that, no way. I totally was. So
Yeah.
In what I remember from the original Dracula novel, Dracula is described as having a mustache. So
Oh,
that's
nice.
probably why he
Yes.
did that. And I
Yes.
love that.
Well, because
I was
he's
thrown off
also
at
just
first.
a dead guy.
Yeah, right.
that's
He's
what
a
I
dead-
liked about
dead
it.
Transylvanian.
In my head, it would have been like the Nosferatu from SpongeBob.
Yeah.
That's the original
and,
Nosferatu.
Yes, but
course.
I like that it wasn't because it's just like a vampire, like, as in like a dead person.
A dead guy. Would you like
which
his
is
comb
different,
over?
but I like. Yes,
I think
I like.
people are focusing on the mustache too much. We need to talk about the comb over.
Let's talk
Are people
about the
hating on the
combo.
mustache?
Some
No, it's just a fun talking
You know
point, I
what?
think. Because it's
I've
weird and
only-
different.
I've only seen people be like, "Am I the only one who likes the mustache?" And I haven't actually seen anyone hate on the
Yeah,
mustache,
okay.
so I don't know.
Oh,
Everybody
I
Um,
should
remember
expect
seeing-
people to hate on the mustache.
And then after that, next two movies are Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 again, because
Ding.
Kelly is. So,
So good.
legitimately would be. The first one would have been a good movie even with the other design. But he's so cute with the redesign. So,
also,
and
actually, I want
the
to.
franchise would not have existed. Matt, you gotta watch these
You
movies. You just
have
have
to.
to.
I know.
They're
They're
good times.
so
They're just
good.
good times. And James Marsden is giving
They
his
are
all in
really,
all
really
three. So
I forgot he's in those.
Especially in the
he
second
keeps.
one.
Well, he has the most screen time in one. He probably goes the hardest in two. I think that's just all the
agree.
movies. And
And
three
he
is just a
gets one in
well-rounded out,
three.
like actually good film.
Yeah.
That's it for movies. Last thing we watched was Sonic 2. Then Peep Show, 2 episodes with Kelly
Peep Show.
yesterday. Wait, 1 episode? No, we just watched 1 episode yesterday.
Yeah.
That new episode of Abbott. I caught up on Ghost Files alone. I watched the 3 episodes. I really liked them. I actually got pretty deep in the third one too, and I really like. I would suggest watching them. I was legitimately creeped out at some point, not because it was like evidence that it was like you're
Just like being
alone in that
a
building
place.
is creepy. Where it was like
Unfamiliar
I
place.
would be unsettled with all this, like
Yeah.
regardless of whatever. Like I wouldn't want to be there alone at night. So I really liked it, and I think all of them are on YouTube at this point too. But let's see. For books, I've just read I read 20 pages last night, so I finally read a little bit.
Nice.
It's really good. It's still The Stand. It's really good. I just have been out of it, so it's hard to get back in.
You're also moving.
Yeah, moving, trying to find a new job, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So, I've been playing video games more.
Ooh.
So that's been.
I
kind
saw
of
you were
thing.
playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
So that's funny that I played that for like 20 minutes, Matt. So it's very funny that you saw that. So they released a PS5 remaster of it, and I wanted to play the sequel, but like I played the first one. I want to play the sequel, but I never got into it that much, and I kind of rushed through it. I put on like the lowest difficulty where you didn't have to level up anything; you could just go. And I was like, I don't think I give it a fair chance. And for the PS5 version of Zero Dawn, with the upgrade, it was like $10 to get the PS5 version. You could still play the PS4, but it was like $10 for the PS5 with like everything improved, or $50 for the new one. So I was like, let me play the $10 one again.
Yeah.
See if I'm into it. If I'm not, then I will just not play the sequel. So that's funny though, because I played it for like 20 minutes. And then I stopped because I needed less brain power, so I started playing Legend of Zelda again.
Nice.
Which is gonna start consuming my life, I can tell right now.
Oh, God.
It's a cozy game. It's like you can do stuff with the story that's like dramatic, or you could just like chill, go find some monsters to go fight, collect some stuff, get some more hearts. Feels a little bit like Pokemon in that way, where it's like just cozy, just do whatever you want. So like I could see going like 3 hours straight and never doing a main story mission just by exploring. I think that's why people put like hundreds of hours into it, because I think you could finish the main story in a lot shorter, but it's like people just want to go explore because it's a huge map and there's a lot of cool stuff to do. So I'm learning how to cook right now. Put on what to put together, because it doesn't tell you. This game like makes you figure out stuff by itself. So it's like sometimes you put stuff together and then it's like shitty and it's like a gross thing and it'll give you only 1 heart if you eat it. And sometimes you put the stuff together, and it'll give you like 4 hearts if you eat it. But it'll tell you like it works well with this, but then sometimes stuff doesn't pair, so you have to kind of like learn for yourself.
I didn't know you could cook in that game, Mark, so I thought you were switching subjects, and I was like,
No,
what?
it's in the game. You just you find a campfire with a pot on it, and then you could just throw whatever food you have and then see what it makes, basically. So you have to choose how to pair it together. It's like
no, wait, let him cook.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So right now, it's like a cozy game that's been nice, and just like feel good times, which is crazy because I thought it was more like dramatic, crazy stuff, which it is, but it doesn't have to be. So it kind of gives both. And then I have not played more of Resident Evil 2. I got past the parts that I just haven't gone back because I'm too scared of the guy who's chasing me. He's
Understandable.
terrifying. He's not like the Resident Evil people in Biohazard, Luke, the one that you watched me play. This guy, I might have to show a picture of him. I'm gonna send it. He's so scary because he's just like, he just walks behind you and he's impossible to kill, and I don't even know what his face is, what his name is. He has like no face, but he wears like a full suit, and and he wears like this cool hat, and he just walks behind you, and he's huge. He's like a tank. He's like, he just walks behind you, and then you never kill him, so you have to run away because he's slow. But then you're trying to figure out another puzzle, and then you'll turn around, and he's just like right behind you, like walking at you again. Scariest thing of all time.
No face, man.
I'll find it.
Mark, while you're waiting to send that,
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you that at one point Katie had bought Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, really?
And so when she saw it, she was like, "Oh my god!" So if you ever want to talk about the Horizon stuff, I think Katie likes those.
Yeah, I liked the first one when I played it, but I was very much like, I don't want to do side missions. I just want to know what the story is. But
Yeah.
now I'm changing my playing different games, like how Zelda is like just kind of messing around for a while, learning how to cook, and going and just running around. So I think I would like that more in Horizon, which is why I want to do it. So
Yeah.
And people shit on Aloy. I don't know why.
On
They-
what?
On Aloy, the main character. It's because
Oh.
people don't like her as much as like other big video games, but she's pretty cool. I think that's it. I'll try to find this, but Matt, you can get started on the Wilder Robot.
Oh, I'm supposed to get
Matt?
started.
Who chose this? Luke can
Luke.
get. Oh,
Luke
man,
can get
it's Luke.
started.
Sorry.
I love the Wild Robot. I love the Wild Robot very much. Very much, very much. This was very much a story meant for me.
Oh,
Made for me.
As your
Crafted for me.
mother? You think your mother?
'Cause I'm a mother.
Okay.
I really liked it. It's a beautiful, beautiful. Just like from the opening scene. I also really like the message of love
Mhm.
and
The
whatnot.
message of love.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. They're making a second one.
Are they?
Oh,
Apparently.
I didn't know that.
Apparently. I think. But I really liked it. I like the optimistic message. Yeah. Okay, somebody else talk.
Wow, this is your movie.
Me?
That
Matt.
always happens. What
Okay.
expect that?
My overall thoughts. Mark, I remember what you had said the first time you saw it.
Yeah.
About the pacing. I also okay, I'm gonna start by saying by the end I really did like this movie,
Mhm.
and it made me cry more than once.
Mhm.
I did think the pacing was like, it felt exactly how long it was to me. Not necessarily in a bad way, but
Mhm.
there were like certain parts where I was
Oh.
like, okay.
Was it too long or too short for you? If it's
He's so
Not
scary when he's
neither.
running behind you, Kelly. He's so. His name is.
so silly
His
though.
name is Mr. X. But imagine you don't see him, and then you turn around, and that guy's behind you.
It looked like he was like dry humping the air. What is he doing?
What do you mean? He's
Mr. X.
so there's a bookshelf, and he lifts it up
Oh.
when you're approaching it and starts
Oh.
walking at you. And you can't
if
kill
this
him.
was in
Leaning
real
on the
life, that
wall.
would be fucking terrifying. But the picture is so silly.
I don't know what you mean. He's so scary. I think it's because I know the context of the game and how it sounded when he came in. Woohoo! So scary.
You
It
guys are
looked
gonna
like in
explode
that-
robot.
Which
Okay.
Zack Snyder movie is it where Batman is dressed in like
That
he-
would be
he's in, like, a coat?
That would be Justice League.
It is
Was it?
justice. In the coat, it's when he's talking to the Flash, I think, right? It was when he has the coat.
Oh, I'm
Batman.
thinking of like when he has that dream of where he's like killing
Oh,
people.
yeah.
remember
no,
that? That
that's
was like
Batman.
Batman v
Batman v Superman dream
Yeah,
sequence.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luke, to answer your question, I didn't think the movie felt too long or too short. I just meant that, like, you know how some movies, when you really like them and like they're like super well paced, you're like, wow, that didn't feel like it was however long. The movie just felt as long as it was, you know.
I see.
Really sweet message. You're absolutely right. there was like
Uh-oh.
That departed.
I think we lost him. Uh-oh.
one. Hello,
You're back.
am I back?
Yeah.
Okay, God,
Yes.
sorry, everything froze on me.
You're okay.
Um, there were like one or two lines that one of the characters said about like your kid, like hating your kids and them driving you crazy, and the message was supposed to be like, but you love them anyway. But I was like, okay, chill with that. Let's just stick
No.
with the loving.
No, I actually
Oh, I
agree with
liked
that
that.
because
I
this
like
is
that
like
too.
the Babadook.
The Babadook. Have you
This is
seen the Babadook?
But it's a children's movie about the hardships of being a mother.
Yeah.
How sometimes you don't have to love your kid all the time. Anyway, as a woman, I really liked that.
Yeah.
I like those
Um,
parts. I thought that all of them
As
were
a
funny,
mother,
to
I
be
liked
honest.
that too.
Yeah. I liked Matt Berry as a beaver
Yeah.
very much.
What I
All
love
of
about Amazon, I love that you
Yeah.
can see the actors when you just pause it on
Yeah.
Amazon.
Me
Because
too.
even before, I would have noticed his voice immediately, but I paused it like 5 minutes into the movie, and I just see his face on the screen, and I was like, God damn it! It just Matt Berry's staring at me on the Amazon screen. So funny.
I think that all the voice actors did a phenomenal job. I cannot believe that was Kit Connor. His American accent is so different than his
I think it's-
his normal accent.
Yeah, he didn't sound the same at all. I think it's so funny that he had to do an American accent for this movie, but there's another
Oh, yeah.
goose that is British.
Yep. And Matt Berry's in it. He's
And
so
Matt Berry's very
Yeah.
British.
good.
It's so funny.
Anyway, I liked the movie. I told Katie, I was like, this movie is really sweet, but I don't think you can watch it because actual like animals die in it. She does not like that when she
Mm.
watches a movie.
Mhm.
I was like, oh man, this is getting real. When like actually Bright Bill's mom actually is dead. I was like, oh my god,
yeah.
okay.
I liked
Yes.
I think this movie did a really good job of like having the message that it did and being an optimistic movie, but also it is what it's nature.
Yeah.
Where they were just like,
Yes.
Fink tries to eat him like the first
Multiple
time we
times.
meet Fink.
Multiple You know what I kept thinking the whole time, and I think it's because Zootopia has messed with my brain. The whole
It's
time
nice.
I thought it was going to be Jason Bateman, and then
Yeah.
it was Pedro Pascal, and
Pedro
I was like,
Pascal.
oh wait a minute, yeah,
Yeah.
They sound very
They act the
similar.
I
same.
mean,
too.
they have the
They
same
act-
personality.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
right.
a Sly Fox. Yeah.
Yeah, those are my main thoughts. It was cute, it was good. When he finally starts flying away, tears everywhere.
Yes.
I was flabbergasted when that was happening, and I looked and I was only halfway into the movie. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god. I think that's what I meant by like the pacing surprised me, where I was like, I have no idea where we're going now.
Mhm.
You know?
That's a
Mark,
good thing though.
it is. Mark, I want to hear your thoughts.
Both times I really, really liked this movie. I still feel the same way I did with the pacing. For me, though, I would want more, to be honest. And it's specifically when Bright Bill gets older. I would want to see him and Roz's relationship a little bit before he gets mad at her.
Yeah, that makes
Before he leaves. Just to like flesh it out. Like, we understand that she's basically his mom, but I just would
Basically.
prefer. Well, yeah. I would prefer to see Bright Bill's relationship be like good with her when he got older, a little bit longer, and then that flip of him being mad at her be more of an emotional
sense. Yeah. Like,
thing. But it's honestly a very specific thing. After that,
I feel like it would have been too much like Brother Bear.
it would have been like a lot of movies,
Oh.
but Brother Bear
Because
did it for a
that's,
reason.
like, But like if they had that be like the climax of the movie,
Well, I don't even
that's
want it to
Brother
be
Bear
there. I don't even want it to be.
finding out. That,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even want that to be like the climax. I just want it to be flushed like
Yeah,
a little bit more
okay.
time. Like, I'd take like 10, 15 more minutes just like to be in this world too, when he was older. Because it's very quick. Like, he's older and then he tries to swim and then immediately he's like mad at Roz. But again, that's very specific and nitpicky. I overall really like this movie and its message. I like that it shows the nature part of it for sure, of like animals do die in this, which is not for everyone for sure, but that is just kind of like real like that. But then by the end, it's not. Where all the animals are like, we're cool.
No way that ecosystem's gonna sustain.
No,
but,
they're gonna keep
No
eating
way.
each other.
Not at all.
but they're all
Um,
friends.
Yeah, they understand if they're
Yeah.
eating each other, it's a
Yeah.
necessity now, and not sport. I really like Fink in this, and like immediately we're shown that like as soon as Roz goes to bed, he's like he also wants love, and he's like just afraid to show it. It's like immediate, so that's why he's like, she's my best friend, basically.
I love watching a robot and a fox try to co-parent a goose.
Yeah.
And you don't
It's
say that
great.
every day.
Yep.
Yes.
So-
Also, question, is Fink the only fox on this island? And if so, how did that happen?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
That's a
no.
good question. How'd he get there?
Because we
Great
know that he had implied abusive parents. So we
true.
know that he was born there.
Have they all
But-
just been killed or eaten or
Probably.
something?
Probably.
Probably.
He's the only
Jeez.
fox left.
Dang.
Anyway, just a
Um,
thought I had.
but yeah, but my only gripe with the movie is I would want to spend more time in the world. Then it's a pretty good movie. I feel like I
Yeah.
really like it. I do think it's probably my favorite animated movie of last year after rewatch. I liked Inside Out 2 a little bit more than it the first time, but I think this movie is honestly just too pretty. Because like I would want to turn this on just to like look at. I would watch this on like mute and have it on in the background, honestly, because
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
looks like a
It looks
painting.
like a painting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it has a, and it's like a nitpicky stuff that I would change about it. Overall, though, it's like really solid, very emotional. It's like a
Nice.
simple story, but it's done really well. You know.
Long neck.
Okay, that's my one singular gripe about this movie.
What?
And I just said I like that the animals do die because that's nature, but that was not nature. A robot with
That
a
ain't
gun came out of nowhere, and Longneck did not have to die. That's my one singular gripe about this movie. It was just to add emotional impact, which I mean most movies do.
Well, I
but it was just that the robot with a gun came out of nowhere, and then Longneck got shot.
I think they did it so Bright Bill would lead the geese.
They did,
against
but
the
he was
robots at the
leading.
end.
He was leading the geese even without
They could
Longneck.
have done it with long.
He-
neck.
I also
I don't know.
if that I would also want to have possibly seen more of Bright Bill teaching them
Do that before,
as well.
yeah.
Again, it's more of like I would take a 3-hour movie of this because I liked it so much. So just
I just didn't
Again, I
understand the
won't-
robot with a gun. I think.
well,
I was like, how does that
they,
make sense in the universe too? Because you're shooting your own shit.
Well, they
Yeah.
were saying that Roz's model doesn't have that kind of stuff, but they have robots for everything. So they would have
But that
ones
doesn't
for
make sense to
security
have
and
one.
war.
That's
to
true.
shooting because it was hitting
Yeah.
their own stuff and damaging it.
Well, because
Also, does this kind of infestation happen all the time? Because they just had
Had
gun
that
robots on standby at
But-
the crop field.
I think
you
they probably
know?
have gun robots
That's my
everywhere.
one gripe about this movie.
Yeah.
Is that Longneck
Oh.
deserves better than that. But I loved this movie anyway. I thought it was really, really good.
And can we show some love for Bill Nighy
Yes.
as Longneck?
From Harry Potter and the
He's
Deathly
fun
Hallows
and
Part 1.
Shaun of the Dead. Oh yeah,
Yes.
that too.
Everyone did great.
I really liked. Maybe it's just the dark humor aspect of it, of when like the possum was like, "Oh, great,"
Yeah.
of like being alive. I think because it shows that contrast. I know that didn't always work for you, Matt, but I think that for me it was like showing. She obviously wasn't serious, but it's also like because she's obviously fed up and annoyed, but it's also like that's the other side of like motherhood or parenting, is that aspect of like, holy shit, this is wearing me down. But the movie is showing like the purpose and meaningfulness of it throughout it. So I think it's funny when that stuff happens as well, where
I
she's like,
liked
"It's
it
funny."
too because that's nature.
Mhm.
Because like a possum, if when they lose one of the young ones, it's just like
Yeah.
you got to keep going. Yeah, I
mean,
keep the other
there's
ones
like
alive. The other
is
things
it like
alive.
storks or just birds in general? Well, they'll like throw the weakling out of the nest and kill them
Oh,
because of
bunch
food.
of animals.
Yeah.
Um, but what were you saying before that?
Oh, it was just that I liked them showing that aspect too, and I also just thought it was funny. And I of course laughed every time Matt Berry spoke, just because it's just Matt Berry.
Yeah.
No-
Oh, my
no
favorite line
different
of the
voice or
movie is
anything.
"Now say I'm cool." But no, I really like. I was surprised when this movie was about how hard being a mother is, because I wouldn't expect that from a kids movie. And like, I think it's really good to be a kids movie because children do not appreciate their mothers enough.
Yeah.
But we literally see the physical toll of motherhood on Roz
Yes.
throughout the movie, and I really liked that aspect of it.
That is great. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Something
Good
I
movie.
think they did really well was, well, this is also me and just the way I like to watch movies, was the action stuff. Especially with the animated movies, it can be hit or miss. I definitely like, even in the beginning. So I was at first thinking of the ending. The ending was like crazy with the fire, and them running away and everything. But it was just crazy in the beginning too, when was she running away? She was trying to catch the fox. She was trying to catch Fink. Just even that stuff, like it just looked really good, and you can tell they put so much time into it. And especially because this, like, what I appreciate, especially it being DreamWorks, is this is the second movie DreamWorks has done that they've like changed up their animation style, but in a it's even
It
different than
worked.
Puss in Boots. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
they're both different, so I appreciate that DreamWorks is trying different stuff, and also it's based off a book, which they could have just done their Shrek like animation like and made a movie real quick, but they obviously put time into it. They put time into like the action scenes, put time into the environments to make them look really good with like the lighting and the shadows
Yeah.
and stuff. It was like, holy shit, they like obviously knew this was beautiful and worked hard to make this beautiful.
Chris Sanders directed this, How to Train Your Dragon, and Lilo and Stitch.
Oh wow.
Dang.
He knows what he's
Wow.
doing.
Yeah, good track
Also
record.
the Croods.
So is he the
never
one
also-
doing the
yeah,
live
yeah.
action then? For I thought it was the same
I-
director. Am I wrong?
I don't know. He did write Mulan.
Oh wow, this
Oh,
guy knew what he
wow.
was doing.
How did I not know?
Let me see. I'll get back to you.
I would like to say that Roz has some really funny moments in this, just from being so literal about things, or like
Yeah.
there's a scene where she's just, you can see her in the distance and she just comes sprinting at an animal,
Yeah.
yelling, "How may I assist you?" And
Yeah.
I think that's very funny.
Oh man, this movie I did sob. First sob in the new house from me, personally, was from this movie. But it was when she basically died in front of them after getting them all
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
Did that remind you guys
House?
of Caesar from War? Well, spoilers. War for the Planet of the Apes at the end, where he just like
Yeah.
looks at everybody. and
Now
then
that you
basically
say it, it
falls
does.
asleep and dies. Yeah. That.
But
Yeah.
what specifically broke the tear out was when the animals started cuddling up to her basically dead
Yeah.
body after she saved all of them. But then she was no longer the monster. She was a god.
Yeah, she
That's
became a
basically how the
god.
movie ended, was she was now these animals' god.
Yeah. Oh, I like they call it out too, but it's like they do all this work to save Roz from going, and then Roz voluntarily goes back. I can see people have, it doesn't seem like people have issues with it because everyone loves this movie, but I like that because it's like, well, let's try to save her because they're trying to take her by force and against her will. But then after, she's like, okay, they're gonna keep doing this and look at the destruction it caused, so I'm gonna go willingly, regardless of like them working so hard to stop it. So I just meant like I could see people having issues with that, but I think I liked that happened. It was just kind of like, oh shit, they're gonna keep doing this, and your force is like destroyed right now.
But they needed to
appreciate-
save her in that moment because if they had gotten her before, they would have also taken Brightbill, and they would have, and then all the animals would have been fucked on the island. So they needed to save her in that moment, and then she needed to go back on her own volition, so everyone was safe.
Yeah, I love a kids movie where the logic makes sense, right?
Mhm.
Where it's not just like, oh, we saved the day happily ever after. It's like, no, they're gonna keep coming back. So I really do have to go on my own terms. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I like how that logic makes sense, but the
The ecosystem?
ecosystem logic does not.
But it's
I think they know
fine,
that.
that's
They know that.
fine.
yes.
I love, I love a good foreshadowing. So the big tree that Mr.
Paddler?
Paddler.
That was it.
I'm like, okay, that's coming back. I didn't think it was gonna come back because there was gonna be a giant fire.
That was crazy.
Yeah. I love when you're like, hell yeah, that's a big set piece. That's definitely coming back.
What is it, MacGuffin?
Is that?
MacGuffin is more of like when they're
No. Chekhov's gun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, kind of. I guess this might be.
Kinda. Or
Oh,
foreshadowing.
I love that I can never tell when Mark Hamill is voice acting
I
Yeah.
know. It's crazy.
because he's so good at it. Like,
Is he the only bear on this island? How
think
did
so.
these animals get to this island?
I don't know.
Not a
It
Noah's
is like
Ark.
Lost.
Yeah.
It's the island from Lost.
Maybe.
I was gooped when she was putting back together a different robot. I was
Yeah.
not expecting there to be
Yeah.
a single other robot in the movie.
Right.
And then the end happened. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was kind of thrown off when the geese flew and like we saw like the human world.
Oh yeah. What the
Mhm.
heck?
It was totally unexpected to me, and I was a little bit like I wanted the whole movie to take place on the island, but then once I started going, I was like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah.
I kept forgetting it was Lupita Nyong'o, especially
Yeah.
since I had just watched A Quiet Place day one. I
Mhm.
was like, dang, she really
Yeah.
bodied that role because I did not remember it was her the whole
Sure.
time.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do robot voices.
Right?
Yeah.
It was really good.
Crazy to me.
Um,
Of the animated robot movies that I can think of, what's your guys' order?
What are those?
It's
The ones I can
and
think of.
Robots starring Michael J. Fox.
which one's
Wait,
that?
what?
Robots.
What'd you say?
Robots
Robots.
starring Michael
Who
J.
does
Fox.
Michael
No,
J.
it's
Fox
Ewan
play?
McGregor, isn't it? It's
It's
Ewan
Ewan McGregor.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like,
Now, the Mowgli,
Robin
Okay.
the educational videos that mom would show.
Mowgli?
in class.
oh,
Mowgli and,
I know.
what
Tim.
those guys? Kid Tim and Mowgli. You guys ever
Robots?
Robots?
Big
The
Hero
Wild
6?
Robot, Big Hero 6, Wally,
Iron
the
Giant?
Iron Giant.
Short Circuit.
Okay,
Short
no, getting
Circuit.
complicated. I don't know that movie.
It's a live action movie from the 80s.
Ooh,
It's very
Real
bad.
Steel. You gotta put Real
Enemy.
Steel in there.
Real Steel.
Go!
Gotta put Chappie in there. You
Five!
gotta put Chappie in there.
5 of the 5, rank 'em.
Chappie.
Chappie.
Chappie. Okay, I think my number one might be Wally.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's also like I was like I think 12 when that came out. Like Wally was good. And then probably either this or Big Hero 6. I've only seen
Ooh.
either of them once, and it's been a very long time for Big Hero 6 for me.
Over
so I
the
don't remember.
Iron Giant. It's
I
crazy.
didn't
Yeah, I
hear
was
that
gonna
one.
say,
When you
that's
said
Oh
it.
yeah,
Iron
no,
Giant,
Iron
that's number
Giant
one.
is the
Oh,
fifth.
Iron Giant would be number one then.
Yeah, I was
totally
going.
forgot. Iron Giant's one of my favorite
I
animated
know
movies
you.
of all
I know
That's
you.
a-
That's like your number one. Yeah.
I totally forgot about it for a second, even though it's one of my favorites. Okay, that, and then probably Wally, and then maybe this, and then Big Hero 6, Wild Robot, Big Hero 6, and then Robots. But Robots is
Sister
so
Robots.
good. Aunt Fanny. Do you guys remember Aunt Fanny?
Yeah, of course, Jennifer Coolidge.
A robot with just the
Big
thickest
ass.
ass you've ever seen. Yeah.
Sounds right.
Uh,
Okay,
well,
who
animated
else?
movies about
Someone else needs
robots
to rank.
tend to be pretty good. It is weird we have
pretty
so
good.
many of them.
Yeah.
I would say Iron Giant. Then
Yeah.
probably Wally. I might go Big Hero. I don't know. I would have to rewatch Big Hero 6 because
Yeah.
I like that in a different
wow.
different
Yeah.
way. I would probably say Big Hero 6 over this just because of the few things I had, but again, I think these are all 10 out of 10 movies. Including Robots. Robots 10 out of 10,
Yes.
but the lowest.
Okay, good. No.
Of course.
I think Iron Giant is my one as well. And I need to rewatch Wally and Big Hero 6. But as of now, I would say Wally, Wild Robot, Big Hero 6, Robots. Because I cannot remember Big Hero 6. But I remember when I watched it, I've probably only seen it once. Way back in the day. Maybe
Me
twice.
too.
But I loved it. I liked it a lot. And when the brother died, I collapsed
That was crazy.
inside.
No, that was awful.
rough, dude.
Such a good movie.
Kelly,
I know,
you're
right?
right.
Remember
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Luke.
nothing. Not important.
I'm just out of spite, and because it needs more love, I'm putting Robots
Robots
1.
Robots 1.
Because it needs more love. Iron
That
Giant,
movie's fun.
Wally, Big Hero 6, The Wild Robot, but I still really liked The Wild Robot.
It's last. It's
A
in
lot
the
of good
base.
movies about robots.
They're all 10 out of 10, as we were saying. It's just that animated movies about robots have been pretty good. At least the ones we've seen.
They've
There's
been
probably quite a bit of shit.
Ugh.
that we
That's
haven't
just the
seen.
movie industry, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. What about the little toaster that could? Is that a
Ooh.
robot or is that just
I
an
didn't like
appliance?
that growing up.
What?
Yep.
You're
I
more a
loved
roly
it.
poly oly guy.
I love Roly Poly.
Oh, I
you're-
love Roly Poly Oly.
Little
and a
Toaster That
great
Could
adventure
was-
of fun.
Sorry.
I
Oh,
love.
yes.
Well, no,
Is
Roly
it
Poly Oly
old
was its own
Christian name?
thing. The Great
Oh.
Adventure of Fun was the movie.
Right.
Guys, the Barney movie has terrible ratings.
Which
The one
I
with the
don't
egg,
know why.
the one with the dinosaur egg. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, you remember the egg?
Like,
Rainbow
the
oh,
movie.
yeah,
The Barney
the old
movie.
one.
Yeah,
The
no,
Barney.
I like the one that was like a childhood movie, like one
Yeah.
of the childhood movies. Let me find the rating for it.
What are people doing rating? I don't know.
Kelly, did you say
Barney?
the
Barney's
little?
created.
When someone rates like the Barney movie a 1, I'm like, you
No.
have zero
What are you
whimsy.
doing?
Matt, I'm
Kelly,
gonna
did you say the little toaster that
Toaster?
could?
The brave
Sorry.
little
the brave little.
Brave
Little
little
toaster. I did
Yeah.
see the little toaster that good. You know what I meant.
Matt, I want
Oh,
you
I
to
made it
guess
good.
how.
Okay.
I want you to guess the rating of Barney's Great Adventure.
what?
IMDb rating or Letterboxd
IMDb.
rating? 2.6.
Whoa.
That's insane, but it's actually really close. It's
No,
a 3.3.
Oh, is that really close?
What happens?
Oh, that's so
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
wasn't
It's
there a
like
documentary about this?
so low that it's like, are you guys kidding me?
What the heck?
Was there a documentary about Barney,
I don't know.
like the woman who created it, and fans were
I have no idea.
No.
scary or something,
I
like
think
that?
I
don't
think
know.
it's at least from what I saw with the ratings, parents just fucking hate Barney and think it's annoying.
I see.
So then they're the only ones rating it. So they're like, this is fucking trash. Don't show your kids because it's brain
Should we
rot.
watch Barney? Should we watch Barney?
Guys,
I think
we
both.
might
I
want to watch Barney. I loved Barney's Great Adventure growing up.
Hell
Guys,
yeah,
I
me
know
too.
why I said the little toaster that could. Because I made a killer new list. You should all
Oh
check
gosh.
On
Oh my
Letterboxd.
God.
Killer. Yeah.
For some reason, that talking about the little toaster that could make me think of Thomas the Tank Engine. which
It's
was
because
a-
it's the
Engine.
little
Absolutely.
engine that could.
Yeah.
Okay, list.
This was inspired by Luke and I's conversation.
Oh my god.
We used to watch if you liked
Is
trains.
this just
Not
any
because
movie you
these
could
have
think of?
trains,
Yeah.
Any
Does
movie you
Just
could
any
Train.
movie with a train.
Terror Train, the Train to Busan, the General.
There's a train in that. I
Yeah,
know
there's a
there is.
train in
I
that.
know there's a
I
train
seen
in
that
that.
one shot. Yes.
Yes, I know
I know
the
what
same
one.
shot.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm
Snakes
about
on
to
a
add
train.
another one. I'm about to add another one. It's about to be a really good one.
Oh god. I got. What about Girl on the Train?
What about
It's on there.
That's on there. That's
Is
on
it
there.
on
Guys,
there?
hold on.
what about Harry
I just
Potter
added
and the
another one.
Sorcerer's Stone?
Oh, I have to add
Said
one.
storm.
I got another good one.
All the Harry Potters where they ride
Okay.
a train.
Yes,
Guys,
yes,
refresh
yes,
the list.
Training day.
That's crazy.
That's hilarious.
Okay, that's good.
That's crazy.
I don't think there's a single train in Train Spotting. Now that I think about it,
Why is there not?
I think there's a train track.
Yeah, he's
Well,
on
no,
train
it's
track.
something people say because there's no Train Spotting in Train Spotting. It's like it's called
It's
that
like a-
for a reason. But now that I think about it, I don't think I can add it to the list.
Matt, what,
Gotta add. They're on the train in Azkaban and Sorcerer's Stone.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
Chamber, you see the train, they're flying over the train.
Mm.
and part two,
Does change.
Deathly Hollows
You don't
Part
really see
Two. They have the train at
They're
the
on
end.
train?
They do.
Oh, so true.
So
Half
we
the
have to
price
get into
tag.
like what counts as a train, cause
Yeah.
like a movie like The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Do you guys know that movie? It's like
No.
a subway. Like,
What?
does the subway count?
Oh.
Subway.
Yeah.
Oh,
I-
then the
Ah.
Batman.
Station.
But that would
No,
open up too
train-
many
no,
movies.
no,
I don't
trains
think
are
movie
different.
movies. I'd have to add the Wiz.
The train is death, metaphor for death. We
Okay.
can do that.
But does
Bullet
Spider-Man
Train.
2 count?
Bullet train.
I haven't seen Spider-Man 2. Bullet
Spider-Man
Train's
2,
fine.
you have to do and Bullet
Oh,
Train.
that's my favorite scene of the franchise. Is
Yeah.
the
Oh,
train scene.
yes. The train scene is.
Spider-Man 2? I'll add it, but I haven't
insane.
seen it.
Okay.
You gotta watch that soon.
I know, we
that-
will. Luke and I've just watched the first
What
one.
about How to Train Your Dragon?
That's good.
Oh,
See, I
that's
thought about
a
that,
good
but it
one.
kind of minimizes adding training day.
It
That's
does. It does. You're absolutely right.
see.
I know
whose,
when to admit that I'm wrong.
This is tough.
whose pick is it next? Is it Kelly's?
So, yeah, it is.
Do you have a?
Is it going to be Snakes on a Train?
Guys, isn't that a good list?
That's a good list.
I just thought about it. I was like, because we were talking about Strangers on a Train, and I was like, man, if you like trains,
You guys,
it's a
you're
great
good.
movie if you like trains.
What's your?
And then I thought about how Snakes on a Train is basically how Strangers on a Train could be called Snakes on a Train.
Is it good? Because in my book, they're only on the train for the first chapter.
But that's where they meet, and it's
That's where they
called
meet.
Strangers on a Train.
And the train
Yeah.
is important. Very important. But
Guys, isn't it crazy that that's the book that inspired Horrible Bosses?
two.
That is crazy. That is very funny.
Horrible Bosses 2.
What is that Hitchcock movie where it ends, or was it a Bond movie with it where it ends with the train going into the tunnel?
From Russia with Love is set on a train
That's
a lot.
the longest fight scene on a train I've
Mm.
ever
The
seen.
train going into a tunnel.
Wait, what's the Daniel Craig one where he's running on the train? I've only seen
Skyfall,
one Daniel Craig one. It has to be Skyfall.
Yeah.
You
He's
only
running
watched
on
that
top of
one?
the train.
You only watch that one?
That's the only James Bond movie I've seen is Skyfall.
Well, you watched one of the best ones, so good job.
Yeah.
Javier Bardem goes crazy in that movie.
Ian Mads, Mickelson are like two of
Yeah.
the best ones of the whole
I
entire.
want to
20
watch Casino Royale.
You would like it. You would like
I
Mads
would.
specifically.
Yeah, I know. That's one I know I'd like.
Yeah.
What was it? From Russia with Love?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy he's fighting on the train is Quint from Jaws, just way younger
Oh wow.
and looks completely different.
Guys, I have seen 7 of the movies on this list. I've seen 28%.
Nice.
Let's see. Mine's probably exactly the same.
Do you guys
I've
like the
seen-
Stand By Me edition?
I love the
Yeah.
Stand By Me. You have to. I saw Strangers on a Train just on a whim in college. Like I went to an actual video store and rented a couple of physical DVDs of Hitchcock movies and went home and watched Strangers on a Train.
I'm really excited to watch it once Luke's finished the book.
Yeah. I remember liking it. I don't remember a goddamn thing about it, but I remember liking it.
Are you guys ready for the tier list?
Oh, are we
Oh.
done?
Or does anyone else have
It seems
anything?
like we're yeah. Do we have any more?
This was so short
That's okay.
compared to what we normally do.
Well, we usually have recap for a lot longer, but
Yes. Yes.
But we talked about the movie for like half an hour.
yeah, 40 minutes. We almost got. Yeah, we hit 40 minutes. That's pretty good.
40
That's our
minutes,
normal.
That's
Oh,
as long as I recap.
I
Actually,
thought one
How
more
much of the time were we talking about trains?
Only like 5 minutes.
When she said, "I'm a wild robot," I lost my mind. I was like, hell yeah.
Oh. That did give me the ick.
Yeah, when she
As
said,
the
"What is
kids
this? Some
say.
kind of Suicide Squad?" I was like, "Hell yeah!"
That was
bro.
when Roz said that. That was crazy.
This is genuinely like not even like I was like, "Oh hell yeah, you are
Yes,
wild,
yeah.
robot."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, Roz. This is so adorable.
It is. It really is.
Luke, talk about how much you love this movie and what you love about this movie and why you picked this movie.
You guys already said all the reasons. This always happens. This is what I expect. Okay, you guys said all the reasons. Quite
Luke,
literally.
we gave you the first. You gave you the microphone first. Okay.
Yeah,
Don't
You
even.
didn't say shit.
My thoughts don't get put into words in my brain, but you guys put it into words, so that's good.
And you just sign your name next to it.
That's how it's been our entire lives. So,
Yes.
Kelly, do you have anything
This
else?
was so cute. It was so
It is
cute.
very
Good movie. I think good, especially good movie for kids
Yes.
And moms. It's good for like
and
parents. to
moms.
watch with
It's good
their
for
kids.
everyone. Good
Yeah.
movie. But yeah, it's just like meant it was a good lesson to teach kids.
Absolutely.
You know.
Real
Yeah.
quick on the animation again, sorry. I think it's really good with stuff like Spider-Verse, this, and I already mentioned Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, to push animation past what we've been doing. Now,
Our
that
standards,
raises the
yeah.
concern of like paying your people and not overworking them, because that's a
Yeah.
huge issue in both the video game and movie industry. However, when you actually give them time to do it and it's something that they love and they make it like beautiful, I think it's really good to like for animation as a genre and being quality films and continuing to keep up, because like how long did we have like the same animation style that was just kind of like polished from like Shrek 2001, and Disney still does that kind of animation
Yeah,
style
Shrek's really
sometimes.
polished.
Years. I know.
But yeah.
And so it's like 25
Disney movies
years.
do all look the same.
Yeah.
Like they do. Like every era of Disney, all of the movies that came out within that era look the exact same. That doesn't mean the movies still aren't good.
Right.
But it just means that their animation
Yes.
is tired.
Yes, that's
Isn't
why.
being pushed.
I'm Paul Patricia Highsmith. I'm bored of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says that a lot.
Loves the word bored.
I think stuff like this and the third that I mentioned are just really good for that purpose. Of just pushing it past its like what it usually is, and people like it, and that's what's good. Is like Spider-Verse was kind of different. It was kind of jittery on purpose, and people responded well to it. Then Puss in Boots was like definitely different than the first Puss in Boots, and they don't explain why. It's in the same universe. It's in the Shrek universe, and they don't explain. It's just like looks completely different.
How
Right.
do you explain?
Yeah, you wouldn't. It would be like a different universe, but you don't need to do that. You just change it, and that's what I think more things should do, because I think it's really good. There's some shows that have been doing that too. I can't name them. Oh, sorry, Arcane does that on Netflix.
This reminded me of Arcane.
Yes,
like,
this has the
shot.
same-
I was like,
yeah, and that
yeah.
shout out to Arcane too, because that had like what 19 episodes and then stopped, and everyone loves it. They're just like, we're done. And they took 3 years between seasons too. 2 years, 3 years. Anyway, yeah, it makes me happy because I'm not usually the biggest animated movie person, but then when stuff like this comes out, it makes me appreciate it again and be really into it and invested into it.
And I think the way that Bright Bill swims like a human is really cute and funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's just kind of flapping around. Yeah.
Okay. Tier list.
Dear list.
Let me.
Luke, good choice.
Okay.
You can always
Good
count on your
choice.
movies to either make me tear up or kind of stare into the abyss,
I
contemplating.
was looking
know?
at the list of
Yes, you are.
each of our movies. Luke, you tend to pick serious
Yes.
and newer movies.
Yes, for sure.
Matt, I think you have the biggest range of movies that you pick.
Yeah, yeah.
Yours tend to be fun. That was
Thank you.
how I saw those movies, and I was like, these are fun movies that I love.
Not always good, but
No,
fun.
I think they're good. Mark, you also have a range of movies. I would say they're more like experimental. like
Yeah.
you just like want to see.
Yeah.
Like you're like you want to watch Fast X to make Matt watch it, but you also want to see how Inspector Gadget still holds up.
Yeah, I just want to
You're-
know.
You're experimenting
Yeah.
with it.
I just have a range of like what I feel to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
love it.
Okay, this is real quick. This is the thumbnail.
Oh gosh. What do we got?
Oh my god. Look how you
Oh.
know that.
Oh my gosh.
It's so
Oh.
big.
That's crazy.
Can you guys still see that?
Yeah.
No, I have the deadlights in my eyes.
You
How
have
could we
the
not see it?
deadlights. You know
You
it.
do. It's Knuckles.
It's Knuckles.
Oh my
It's
god, it's
Knuckles?
Knuckles.
Well, because Roz has
Right.
stuff. It like I think it's
That's
Bright Bill and
perfect.
other animals in her eyes, so you have Knuckles in there.
That's incredible.
That's perfect.
This one
That's
is
amazing.
terrifying.
You're like, wait.
Okay, I guess you're my others.
Ah. Oh, what?
I asked if you feel like Wade.
Yeah.
Just having Knuckles
Always.
as the stars in your eyes.
Yes. Always Knuckles in front of me.
Okay.
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 All right, Luke.
Oh
get-
my gosh, it's terrible.
It's really bad.
This is in gay cubed for me.
I think yeah. Matt.
Oh, is
or-
it my turn?
Yeah.
Mine would be in mostly ghostly, eh?
Okay, mine would be gate cubed.
Okay. Mine would be in mostly.
Well,
So
it
it
goes
gets-
to Luke.
The top.
Yeah, good. It should be
Yeah,
at the top.
it deserves to be in the top.
It shouldn't
I'll
be under
ignore that.
Clifford.
Yeah.
It should
Yeah.
not be under Clifford.
It should not be next to National Treasure. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Look at these. Look at these two. It's
I
disgusting.
can't believe
Yeah,
how low that is.
perfect. That is so huge.
It's
well,
top.
well, the poster was Roz's like face. You could see through her eyes. So I was like,
Gosh.
well, all the other ones, Luke, are like from the side when she's holding
Yeah.
Bright Bill. So there was no real option
Aw.
other than for me to like, which I could have done the
Yeah.
side, but I thought I'll just blow up your
Guys,
face.
this movie made me
That's
sob
good.
like 4 times.
I know. I kept crying. I was like,
I
damn,
kept
get it together,
crying.
man.
I thought it
Yeah.
was over. Okay, wait. Over the Top and the Wild Robot,
Yes.
right? Okay,
Correct.
disturbing,
Over the top.
Over the top.
unhinged,
Over the top.
Over the top.
sad.
Wild
The
Robot.
Wild Robot.
Yay.
Over the top.
Over the top.
Over the tops. Oh my god.
Over the top. Almost. Almost a clean sweep.
Almost. Okay.
Ellie, you have your pick?
I do have my pick.
Drum
Let
roll.
me- It's not Spider-Man 2.
Oh.
Mark, I know that's what you were wanting me to
Shoot.
pick.
Shoot.
All right, Kelly, my first question is
Yeah.
this before or after the Y2K? Is this
Before
Before or
Y2K.
after
Oh,
Y2K?
actually,
Is the
that
movie
is the movie I'm
Y2K?
picking.
Yeah.
Y2K.
Y2K?
Oh, now, yeah. What do you do about that? Yeah.
Okay, so earlier, is this a movie that 11 people in the world have seen?
11?
Yes. Is this a movie that like nobody knows about? It would be
People
hard to
know
get.
about it.
Maybe
Okay.
11, maybe 9.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe 8.
Whoa!
Have I heard of it?
Matt, I would expect if any of the three of
Okay.
you have heard of it, I would expect you to.
Great.
It's one of them.
I'm not even gonna guess.
No, Mark, come on, man.
Okay, is this one of those 80s ones? Is it 80s?
Not 80s. It's
Okay.
actually the earliest pick.
Is it
of the
1990?
whole podcast.
Oh, okay, okay.
70s.
70s.
It's a 70s. Okay.
None of us have seen.
Picnic
Oh.
at Hanging Rock.
Ooh, that's
Ooh, I
a
wanna
Luke
see
pick.
that one.
Yeah.
I want to watch that one.
Okay. Was this like did people know about this in its time or is this like just obscure?
Scarecrow.
No, that's a good guess. I keep talking about Scarecrow. The Al Pacino movie, Matt, you know what that is?
I have no idea what that is.
No, I would say people, a certain group probably knew about it when it came out.
Raging
Star
Bull.
Wars.
Good guess.
Oh, okay,
really
okay.
underground movie, Raging Bull.
Are there any like big stars in it? Like that you could just think of off the top of your head,
I mean, like I know these guys.
but it's not Al Pacino.
No, it's not Al Pacino. It's
I
a
see.
cult classic film.
Can you give me the
Okay, I
exact
gotta
year?
narrow this down.
Okay, what's
somehow.
the
Is it
genre?
I know the director. Okay, genre
Oh.
is comedy horror musical.
Little Shop of Horrors? Wait, no, that's
Great
the
guess.
60s. Yeah.
Oh, the
Um,
original Shop of Horrors. You're
So it's 60s or 80s. I'm
not
like
80s,
way
yeah.
off.
It's
Yeah.
70s. Do you want to know the exact year?
Yeah. that
Mark,
would
are
help.
you looking stuff up? You
no,
can.
I'm messing with Sky.
Oh.
She's
Liar.
in my
You
keyboard.
might just have to put all of my clues into a search bar. 74.
74, and it's a musical.
74 horror
Herb.
comedy musical. Or
Musical.
maybe not musical, but music.
But there's music involved.
What?
Oh, okay.
You guys hate me.
I love this. I love trying to
Okay,
guess
thank
this,
you,
but
Matt.
I'm struggling at the
Luke
moment.
looks like he
Can't
hates my
think of
fucking
anything.
guts. Because I know he doesn't want to watch whatever.
I'm
He
thinking.
hates my picks. He doesn't like watching my picks.
Comedy
I'm
horror
thinking.
musical.
This
Luke
was a year
loved Dead
before
Dudes in the
Rocky
House.
I did.
He did. He
I
actually
do- I
begged
love
me to
it.
pick it.
I love Dead Dudes. This was a year before Rocky Horror.
Yes.
It's the same, basically.
Oh no. Okay. Okay. You said it's a
It's
known
inspired
director.
by yes. Matt, you are gonna know the director.
Okay.
It's inspired by a classic musical book
A what?
about Gerard Butler.
Phantom of the
Oh.
Opera?
Yes, Matt, do you know what it is?
It's inspired by Phantom of the Opera.
Directed by Brian De Palma.
Oh, it's a De Palma. Okay. Shit.
Oh, I don't know.
Let me just name the De Palma movies that I can think of. Body Double.
No. It's the it has the same title basically.
It's
The
was it
Phantom.
Phantom of the Phantom?
Kukra.
When you're
Phantom-
getting there.
Okay, wait. I know there's the Phantom of the Cinema. Phantom
No.
of the
Yes.
something. Shit.
pu-
Phantom of the Paradise.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. God, I got there.
Matt. Wow. Well
Oh,
done, my man.
Pull that out of the back of my brain. I would have never gotten that without the pub.
Phantom of
So
the
proud
Paradise.
of you, Matt. Phantom of
Thank
the
you.
Paradise. It's on Prime for free.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Not
I
too
like
interesting.
De Palma.
And Tubi. Oh, it was on Tubi. Prime for free.
Oh my god.
Don't look anything about it.
I just saw a character's face and I went, "Oh my god."
I'm
Uh,
excited.
De Palma is crazy. I like.
Yes.
I-
So have you heard of this before, Matt?
I've heard of the title because clearly, like, I pulled that out of somewhere. But I don't know like a thing about this movie.
So yeah, so all you guys need to know that it's a horror comedy, music possibly cult adaptation 70s version of the Phantom of the Opera.
Hell yeah, I'm in.
Oh boy.
I'm all the way.
I'm very interested actually.
Yay!
Good
Oh.
choice, Kelly.
Thanks.
Yes.
Oldest pick so far that we have.
Oldest-
It's been basically a year and we haven't gotten past 81 until now.
Except that I know that you and I both watched Reefer Madness when we watched Reefer Madness
did.
the musical, but
Yeah,
that was not
that's
really
That's
the
true. That wasn't the actual pick, but we did
Yeah.
watch the original for Madness, which honestly, pretty good.
pretty good, except for that one scene that made me go, no, stop it.
Yeah.
Um,
Isn't that every movie?
ev-
Probably
every
gonna be
movie-
some in this one, let's be real.
Well, seeing as how De Palma also did Dress to Kill, which has some good
Oh.
parts and some not so good parts, from what I've heard. We'll see.
And the not so good parts are what? The basic plot?
Is most of the movie. Yeah.
It's-
Solid.
that-
Cool.
Okay,
You said on Prime, right, Kelly?
Yes, Prime.
Awesome.
And hopefully, what? Oh, yeah. Yes. and it won't go off of it because it's over 7 days until the month turns.
Okay, cool.
So we should be good.
Okay, cool.
Because it wasn't available on a bunch for a while, and then I thought it was on Tubi, but I guess it was just always on, not always on Prime, but it was made available on Prime like this month. So I was
Okay.
like, gotta pick it while I can.
You know what's wild? This is the second
Robots?
De Palma movie we've done on the
Robot,
podcast. Do you know what the first one
Oh
was?
fuck! Oh, we've
wow,
done
this is
so
the
many
second?
It's
movies.
the most non-De Palma one I feel like of that you could think of.
That's
Did you
Clifford,
pick it, Matt?
obviously.
Yeah, I did.
A whole.
Oh shit!
But it's
Oh,
not
man.
one that you would initially remember as De Palma. That's why I was like, oh,
It's on our tier list. It's been that. It's on our.
Max
It
Keeble.
no,
Yeah,
that would be
Matt.
hilarious. It's Mission Impossible.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I wouldn't have initially remembered that it was De
This is
Palma.
the second De Palma movie. Wow.
But I feel like yours is more indicative of who De Palma is.
Who
as
he
a
is.
director. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Maybe that's why when I had Mission Impossible on while we were recording, I was kind of digging these visuals.
There's a couple of
It's
shots
like
in
this
that where I
editing's
was
kind
like,
of crazy.
ooh, okay, yeah.
Cool. Okay, I'm stopping the recording.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, bye.
Yay!
Bye.
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 Watch The Wild Robot.